and this is a weird way, just like the math works in DBD, is duration add-ons in Dead by Daylight have recovery built in naturally. They just do. It's weird. We don't know why. Don't know if it was on purpose. But that's just how it works. So always prioritize using duration add-ons over recovery add-ons on killers, because you get both. You get the best of both worlds. Hello. Okay. All right. This one. Apple, returning gamer. And if I do say myself, a gamer who has 700, almost going on 800 hours. Somebody who has sent in some videos and match reviews where they're mostly succeeding. And I've kind of given you a hard time about that. I'm sorry if that was a little too much, a little bit too much of a hard time. But I want to help you. I want to help you get better. So you have finally sent me a match where you didn't just steamroll the other group. And it's on a character you don't particularly enjoy, which is Spirit, which is somebody I've been playing a lot lately because one of my closest friends, Uzi, that's who he mains, and he requests the character a lot. So I play Spirit at least once or twice a day for that reason. So it's a character I'm getting pretty familiar with through match requests, which is pretty funny. So yeah, I can actually barely help here, which is cool. Yeah, let's see if we can actually help you this time. You sent me something of you actually, you know, quote unquote failing, and not just you succeeding. Strong using the Squirrel Girl outfit. That's the one I use with the hat, the hooked on you hat. All right, I did this too for a long time. And I know you're just going for recovery here, but if you didn't know this, and this is a weird way, just like the math works in DBD, is duration add-ons in Dead by Daylight have recovery built in naturally. They just do. It's weird. We don't know why. Don't know if it was on purpose. But that's just how it works. So always prioritize using duration add-ons over recovery add-ons, because duration come with a level of recovery. It won't be as good as the add-on itself. Like it won't be like you don't have to equip the talisman, which is her yellow add-on, her yellow duration, and it gives you Rusty Flute level recovery, but it's almost the same. It's very good. So always prioritize using duration add-ons over recovery add-ons on killers, because you get both. You get the best of both worlds. So you would get a longer power time and some recovery instead of just only having recovery, even though it's slightly better. I did this for a long time too, until I found that out. I also ran Rusty Flute and the ribbon. But I found that out and I changed. See, your build is pretty all over the place, but it's probably because you don't have a lot of stuff unlocked on her. I think you told me that too. The build is a fine pick on her. Good, going straight in your power to injuring somebody. So like, Spirit kind of plays interestingly, kind of like Twins in the fact that like if you can get that early first hit, it's really great for you because then you just send out your power and just immediately down them. So if you're in a position where you can do this, especially with Stabuffle, that is the way to play the character. That is the way to play the character because you know she's a very sound-based killer. So obviously, if they're injured, they're way louder and very easier to track. So makes your life easier. That's why I know a lot of you that watch the channel also play a lot of Survivor. That's why it's actually better in a lot of circumstances to throw the pallets while healthy against the Spirit for this exact reason. Most killers in the game, I would say basically all the killers in the game besides like a select few, you want to throw the pallet while injured and kind of preserve the pallet as long as possible. But against like, you know, characters like Spirit and Oni, ironically, the Amoka line, you throw while healthy because the consequence for being injured is so much worse, so much worse that you should probably just throw that early. Good tracking there, very good tracking there. Knowing that she was going up. I will say it's probably because you don't have a lot of perks, but one of the big things about Spirit's power is that it kind of circumvents pallets. Not that Brutal's a bad choice, but probably something better you could put there. Line that up. Because her whole thing is about circumventing loops, so she kind of already has something to deal with pallets. That's really aggressively strong. Like I said, she's injured. You should be going straight into phase. The thing you did earlier, do that. She's injured, very easy to track, go straight into phase. This is what makes this character top 3 in the game. The fact that essentially if you get that early hit, chases go down super quickly. Super quickly. Like chases go down, like I'm talking about wanting those 30, 40-second chases. Like, let's see the time at which you hit this Nia to when you down her. So you get a little lost here, which is fine. Literally a 10-second chase. Literally a fucking 10-second chase. That's why this character's so fucking good. Literally a 10-second chase. Literally, I'm talking 30, 40 seconds on average for chase. She just had a 10-second chase. 10 seconds. And then I have people in my comments on YouTube going, what, are you like the most godlike killer in the world? How are you having 30 to 40-second chases on average? Brother, look at that. That's a 10-second chase. 10 seconds. It's totally possible. That is the strength of spirit right there. So, conversely, there's no reason you shouldn't be hitting Kate and doing the exact same thing. Hit her straight into your power, down her in 10 more seconds. You should be doing the same thing. I don't know why you tailgate her and don't go in your power. No, that's Spirit Apple. I mean, I know she ends up probably being the weak link based on, like, the game. But, like, that's just Spirit. She didn't make a mistake there. Like, that's just Spirit being strong as hell. Once again, why you need it. The reason this character is one of the best characters in the game is because of that phase ability. And you seem very hesitant to use it after they're injured. But that's the whole point. Do what you did at the beginning of the match for the rest of them. And do this anytime you play this character. Any chase on this character. Injure into phase walk. Injure into phase walk. Injure into phase walk. Do it. It's how you have those. It's how you have those 10-second chases. Yeah, he should have swung there, but like we shouldn't even be at this point. Kate should already be dead and on a hook, or down and on a hook. It should have already been down and on a hook. Shouldn't even made it to the tile. Once again, you need to phase here. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Daddy. You play almost like twins. You don't have like. There's nothing wrong with phasing on a healthy survivor. There's nothing wrong with that. It gets kind of like weird because they're quieter, obviously, and they can obviously stand still and kind of mess with you. But even then, you could just short phase and hit them. You can just you don't have to do the whole duration. You should phase a little bit and smack him, right? So like even then, that's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, obviously the most optimal thing, if it's available to you, is hit him first and then phase on them. Okay, you know they're on the main building. Yep. Another cage. Why is Kate so loud? I always think of like loud stars like Jeff and Jane, but she's very loud too. I don't think I've ever noticed that. I think she went into the. Yeah. She kept going. She didn't go into the tile. Okay. Okay. Your problem there is a very specific problem that I see a lot of players do is they'll watch like comp spirits or they'll watch like really experienced spirits phase on top of people and they're like, that's the only way I can play this character is if I face directly on top of them. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. You don't have to do that. If you're confused on where somebody is and you like you hear them and you think they're directly on top of you, just exit phase. Like she back here before she was near that window. Let's see, you're in phase. And you hear her like right here. She doesn't get to anything here. If you exit here and even if she's like up here instead of right under you, you still hit her before she gets to the window. So like just exit phase early if you're confused where she's at, because that 2 extra seconds you spend kind of hesitating there gives her the window and then her life. So exit phase early if you're uncertain. I mean, even if you don't even get the hit, exit phase early just to see how she dodged you. Because that's long-term growth. That's you learning how people like to react to your power. That's knowledge. That's knowledge. That's info. You're like, okay, well, you like to do this when I face right on top of you. That's info. Info can go as far, not even just in a single match, but for the rest of the game. It's not even a main takeaway for you, but that's a main takeaway for like everybody who plays this game. Be confident enough to like mess up your power sometimes just to see how people like to react to you. Take note of how people like to dodge you. Even if it means you failing, that's info you can take into every match from that point on. Okay, if I'm right on top of him as Spirit and I exit early, even if it's not the most, like, if it's not going to get me the down, I can now see how the people like to dodge when I'm in this situation. So I can react to that in the future. That's investing in yourself. That's investing in your future. I like the other Kate's name. I just realized. You see her scratch marks? There you go. There you go. There you go. Cut her off around the other side. Yeah. You're like, here I would probably phase on her, right? Oh, she's just gonna vault into you, never mind. Oh, but he has life, never mind. That would be a probably good example of when to phase on somebody healthy. Because like right now, see, like this would be a bad example of like when to wait out for the injure first. Because Dwight has this isn't a long wall jungle gym. I don't even know what to call this. This is like a L wall jungle gym. Yeah, because it's got the L here, I guess. This is one of those newer tiles. Yeah, he has a lot of resources. So, Spirit's 110. I know she has passive phasing, but she is a 110 killer. So you're in a situation here where, like, the M1 before phasing on him is not really that convenient. So I would have phased on him early because he has a lot of resources to work with. So I'm not going to get that easy M1 into the phase. So I should probably get the hit before he even makes it to the tile. This is a good example of when to do the other thing. Good night, Zan. I appreciate you. That's well done. Knowing when and when not to use your power is very complicated. And obviously very character specific. Calm Spirit. There you go. Injure into the phase. Let's go. Good stuff. You exit a little early because you don't know where he's at. But, you know, he makes it to the tile. Are he doing the standstill mine again? It works. Yeah, like, it helps you know, like, okay, well, when he's in that situation, he just hugs to the pallet. That's where this Dwight likes to go. So now, in future chases with him, you're gonna be like, okay, well, in this situation, Dwight likes to just go to the nearest tile. And it'll help you chase better. Oh, I see. You thought she was just going under for the save. That's fine. That was a good assumption. You heard her feet. That's gonna insult. You're the left on red queen. You're the left on red queen. At least it's not like Nance who leaves me on red for like 3 business days. But you're the left on red queen. Strong dead hard. Strong dead hard. Why is she like inside of you? Yeah, that was just weird and disorienting. That wasn't your fault. Was that even mean? You know. You know. Yeah, I know. I know you have a normal people schedule. I didn't stutter though. You asked for the insult. I've noticed that this is a thing. I've watched 4 of your match reviews. This happens to you a lot. Like you like, I don't know what it is, but you get spun a lot. When people get up in your face, you don't know what to do. I would be a little bit more patient when people are up in your face. This is like the 4th time. This is the 4th time we've been here. That's just a thing. That's a you thing I have noticed. A very you specific thing, Apples. You just like, when people get in your face, you just like, you get all discombobulated. Just like back up. That's my advice. Back up a little. If they're like spinning in your face, back up. Just like 1 foot, 1 step, and then swing. That's my advice. My insults to your week? Listen, you pay for insults. They don't have to be good insults. Okay. All right. I don't even assault you to begin with. Just so used to playing Survivor? Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm just saying I know I've noticed that. Okay. You're a little lost there, but that happens. That's just execution. That's just execution. That's just execution. That's fine. I'll come with time in practice. Give her a VIP or block you? What? You would throw out our entire friendship over that? What? I've known you way longer. What is this? Oh, purple glyph! Woo! Yeah! Purple glyph time! Yeah, that is something. You've kind of halted most of the gen progress on the map. I'm kind of interested how this goes badly for you. Because you have... I think somebody else is also Death Hook. Now the person that'll be off hook is Death Hook. I wonder how you lose this. I'm very curious. You're trying to like avoid hitting your obsession. Yep, there it is again. There it is. I'm telling you, it's a thing. Honestly, at this point, I know it's kind of the rude thing, but like, you could tunnel here. You could tunnel here. You're playing nice. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. It's like you could tunnel here. Theoretically, you have Stabiffle, and the obsession's in your face. Like, you really could just like, you could just go after the other Kate, right? You really could just go after the other Kate. So, I mean, I honestly, like, it's not the nice thing. But quite frankly, it probably is the most optimal thing. Yeah, I would. You could just tunnel there and save your stacks, to be honest. Especially since they're just, like, right next to each other. Because, you know, here's the deal. Like, you may be thinking, like, why tunnel at 3 gens? Like, you don't know... You don't know what's going on in the rest of the map right now. You don't have the info to know what's going on elsewhere. So there could be a gen that's almost done, or even 2. And without that info, you just have to assume that that's what's happening. So, that's why. Get more water? I will after this. God. No Twisted? Twisted Visuals? Yeah. What about him? How did you drop there? Did you just assume she was going to vault? Did you just assume she was gonna vault? Like, okay, so when you're in this situation, that you can tell, or not even, I guess just not even tell, but like, okay, let's go up there. Okay, so she has a beamer. She has an item. She has an item. When somebody approaches a vault while holding an item, it will disappear before they vault. If you were gonna drop down here, you should have waited for the item to disappear. That's how you would have known. Also, she's hitting, like, you could even just, like, even before that, like, even before that, like, you could, like, see the animation start. So, I definitely think this was, like, an error. But this is the thing that a lot of people, like, for some reason still don't know in DBD at this point. Is, like, items disappear before the vault even happens. Items disappear before the vault even happens. So that's how you can tell somebody's vaulting. Not knowing. Yeah, that was completely avoidable, unfortunately. Okay, well, yeah. That's fine. You know this Dwight has life as well. Okay. Now, phase? Why are you not phase? Okay, there you go. You're a little late, but that was good. Okay. Fun fact. Fun fact. And I know this, and a lot of people apparently didn't know this as well. You can actually tell when somebody's vaulting a paladin spirit without audio. There will be dust while you're in the spirit world or whatever. While she's phase walking, there will be dirt that kicks up across the pallet when they're starting their vault. There'll be dirt that kicks up off the pallet when they're starting their vault. So it was a good prediction to assume that was happening, but you could have actually visually just like looked down and see if it was actually vaulting, even before the sound came over. Yeah, dust kicks up off the pallet when people vault in the spirit world. So she can actually tell when people are vaulting even before the sound cue comes in. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Very interesting. Okay, so she's on that middle gen. Ooh, okay. I like it. Okay, now phase again. That's good to know, yeah. Dust kicks up on the pallet in the spirit world while they're vaulting. You just tracked really badly there. You didn't follow her scratch marks. That was just spirit soothing. Okay. You know, honestly, you said you're bad at spirit. You're not that bad at spirit. They're just little things. Okay. Okay, she throws shack pal. I would kick that. Okay, good. Yeah, I was like, hey, don't you leave that behind. Don't you leave that behind. Oh, he finds you. Cool. I think this is a very, at this point, I would leave this chase. It's been a very long chase. It's your obsession. You're just going to lose the Biffle stacks. It's 2 gens. Nobody's dead. This is a very long chase. I would leave this. You overcommitted to her. I think this might lead to some problems later. Might be why you lose. You're in the entertainment business? No, that's between me and you, though. That's just me and you. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to irritate me live on stream. You don't have to. You just choose to. And what about off stream? What about when you irritate me off stream? What's the excuse for that then? Is that the entertainment business? I don't know why I sounded like Homer Simpson there. Is that the entertainment business? Huh? Is that the entertainment business? Or is it just me and you? Entertainment business? Yeah. Nice try. Sure, Jan. Sure. Be nice to you, Wiki? I love the nicknames we come up for you. Speaking of Wiki, Spec Ops Wiki, that's golden. That's absolutely golden. Spec Ops Wiki, lovely. And we'll come up with more. Who knows what we'll come up with next year, but that's always funny. Called consistency? Listen, I give you so much consistency. And it's positive, not negative. Okay, all right. Don't preach to me about consistency when you're causing me to suffer. Anyways, yeah. Well, at least you get a jolt off of that. But now you're down half your the Biffle stacks and a really long chase to. I don't think it really evened out there. I don't think it balanced. Yeah, because now they get this middle gen done, which is really important. I would. Okay. I don't think you would have made it up there in time, but I would have just phased early. You seem to hesitate with phasing a lot, which is interesting. Killer!
Okay, get back to a game review.
I'm trying, but somebody's interrupting me.
Night, everyone.
Night, Tess. I appreciate you. Thank you, that's fine. Yeah, so that chase is why you lost this match. That chase is why you lost this match. That is it. You overcommitted. You overcommitted. You had an extremely long chase with Kate. So we're at 11-12, right? We're at 11-12. Okay. So that's the. So it's 55. I mean, that was like a that was a pretty moderate chase. But like, I think the problem with it was that like it extended from a whole other chase where you also didn't get it down, because back here you were chasing the other Kate as well, right? And the other Kate takes the aggro, so you start essentially a brand new chase after another chase that you don't even succeed at getting. So realistically, even though that chase was or almost like a normal chase value time, just a little on the long side, realistically your chase starts here at like 9 minutes, because you're trying to get rid of the other Kate. And then the other Kate takes aggro. So realistically, you've been in chase for almost 2 minutes with nothing to speak for it. You've been in chase for almost 2 minutes with nothing to speak for it. Well, you got one injury, but you needed somebody dead here. You didn't get it down for 2 minutes. 2 minutes of chasing and you didn't get it down. With Spirit, who is a character that at the beginning of this match, you got it down in 10 seconds, for reference. You were in a collective chase for 2 minutes when you've had a 10-second chase on this match before. That's what lost you the match. Overcommitment. Base camp by Bubba. Ooh. Sucks. Yeah, at this point, you're just trying to salvage something, anything. We didn't even know where people were, so yeah. They just get out. Yeah, they could just heel tech her. I don't think she was heel teching her. You could have picked her up. Yeah, I don't think she was actually heel teching her. She was just standing over her. You could have picked her up. Yeah, you could have caused an endgame situation that you missed out on there. But, like, the problems with this game started way before that. Yeah, essentially what happened here is the other Kate body blocked and you took the bait. So a chase that, even though ended up being like 40 seconds with one person, collectively it was like 2 minutes. And 2 minutes on a chase is obviously like way, way, way more than a chase should be. In some cases, 4 times the chase should be. That's where you got. You took. She tricked you essentially. The obsession Kate tricked you, and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah. Can't imagine you. Yeah, he gets out, and that's the results. Let's see their perks. Anything like OP and crazy. Well, there's 2 proofs. 2 proofs. Yeah. I mean, even in that situation, Apple, even if she wasn't like, I don't know, I would still pick up there just to be safe. I guess it's funny. It's like a funny BM to Mori in the exit gate, but I would still pick up there just to be safe. That was just a safer option. Even then, even if you're worried about that, just pick her up and walk her back a little bit and then drop her and then start the Mori animation just to be safe. Just to be safe. So there is double proof. The other 2's builds are kind of okay. They have Lithe and Dead Hard, but that's kind of it. I guess Windows, but like depends on how you use it. Depends on the character, on the player. There's a Sabo box and then a normal toolbox. I think here, we'll start with the thing that's more general in terms of the main takeaways. We'll start with something that's the thing that's more general here, which is that you took the bait. You fell for somebody body blocking. Sometimes, in a lot of cases, body blocking is just kind of unavoidable when it comes to having a survivor in your way, right? Which is why you just hit him. You just hit him. But what happened with you is you not only hit the Kate that was body blocking for the injured one, but you committed to a chase with her. Well, yeah, no, that's not even true, because you didn't even hit her until the end, and then you double smacked her to Biffle. So you committed to a completely fresh survivor without a single hit on them. When you had one, dead to rights and injured, just because they body blocked. Because they body blocked. So, yeah, you should. I mean, even in the case like that, she was not dead. It wasn't close to that, so like that wasn't a worthy time investment at all. But yeah, so like your chase with Kate, the new Kate, and only with her specifically, only ended up being like 30-40 seconds, which is what it should be. But you had already sunk in a minute of chase into another person. So you were almost in a 2-minute long chase, which is egregiously long. Egregiously long. You fell for the bait of the other Kate, that rhymed, baiting you into a new chase, and you took it, and you lost the match for it. You lost the match for it. If you had gotten the other Kate down, hooked, maybe get a jolt off that slows down the gens a little bit, phased back to one of the gens that they were working on, like, you could have extended this match. But because you took the bait and went for a completely fresh survivor, that was a time sink that cost you the game. It literally cost you the game. So in that situation, if somebody's body blocking, unless they're directly in the way, just ignore them and hit the other guy. If they're directly in the way, smack them once and keep going. Especially with Stabiffle. Especially with Save the Best for Last. Especially with Save the Best for Last, which is just free recovery time for not hitting your obsession. Even better, if they continue to be in your way, continue to body block, down them, slug them, go after the other guy. Don't let him trick you into taking a brand new whole chase. That is why you lost this. Because that had nothing to do with Spirit. That was a player error, which is good because that you could learn from that and apply that to every character, not just Spirit, which is good. Yeah, I would definitely do that differently in that regard. In terms of Spirit, the Spirit specific thing I saw you did very, very well. You had a 10-second. Hobie, how did you have a 2-minute chase and a 10-second chase in the same game? How are these the same player? I don't mean that to be demeaning. How did that happen? You had a 10-second chase to open this match, and you had a 2-minute match that threw it in the same game. That's. I wonder how statistically possible that is. That can't be very statistically possible. That's very interesting. That you had one of the shortest chases you probably ever had with one of your longest in the same game. Wild how that happens. Yeah. Anyways, the Spirit thing I was going to tell you, which you did at the beginning, which is really good, and you kind of stopped doing most of the match, is it's the way you typically want to play Spirit is injure first. If it's convenient, injure them first and then phase on them, because it's much easier to track them, and the chases can be really short because you're so fast in your Spirit phasing that chases can literally, like you saw, be 10 seconds in the right scenarios. If you track them well, that's literally a 10-second chase. Now, obviously you saw, like, with the Dwight with Lythe, sometimes when a survivor's in the middle of a very strong tile, like an L-Wall Jungle Gym, it's better to just phase and hit them before they get to the tile, because if they have a lot of resources at their disposal, they'll probably throw or use those before you get to go get that M1, especially since you're 110 killer, you're kind of slow. But other than that, injure them first and phase after them. Oh, using your power for mobility? Yeah, you can do that. I encourage people to do that. Using your power to get around the map, definitely do that. Definitely do that. Yeah, definitely do that. You have recovery too. You had recovery too. Even if you had duration, like, I would still encourage you to do that. That's the thing I see a lot of, like, emerging spirits do that aren't good at the characters. They just never use her map to get her base to get around the map itself. And I always think it's weird. Very, very weird. I don't know why they don't do that. It's free map pressure. Just use it to move around, dude. Just use it to move around, man. That's simple. That's simple. Yeah, that would be like the main. Those are like the main two mistakes. Obviously, the overcommitment to a chase, and taking a brand new chase with a body blocker, and taking that bait. That's really what lost you this match. But also being inefficient about, like, her power. Like, you wouldn't phase. Like, I don't know if it was, like, I know you're not confident on the character, but, like, you would just, like, not phase. You're 110. You're not 115. So having normal chases with her isn't really that efficient. You should be, ideally, in your phase as much as possible. But you would, like, tailgate people for a long time before you phased. And he doesn't really work that way. She's not really, like, a tailgate kind of killer. Not like Huntress or Billy, who, you know, Billy, you can back rev if you tailgate a little bit. Huntress, you can tailgate a little bit and get an angle for a hatchet. Like, there's not really a benefit to tailgating with Spirit at all. You can just, it's usually almost always better to phase. When I play Spirit, I bust those hand funds out. Yeah, because sound is so important. Sound is really important with this character. Sound is really important with this character. So it's good that you do that. It is good that you do. Good that you do that. Yeah, those would be my. I think that obviously the first one is the biggest one, but, like, those would be the two main things I would say that went wrong there.